Sri Srimad His Divine Grace Abhay Charnarvind Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki Anant Koti Vaishnava Vrinda ki Namacharya Srila Haridas Thakur ki Prem se kaho Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advait Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda ki Sri Sri Radha Krishna Gop Gopinath Shyama Kund Radha Kund Giri Govardhan ki Brajabhumi Vrindavan Dham ki Mayapur Navadvip Dham ki Harinam Sankirtan ki. All glories to Asamudra Guru. Glories to Sisi Guru and Gauram.
Yeah. Thank you. Hare Krishna. We are actually extremely fortunate today that we have the association of Shriman, Kratu Adhikari. He is one of the most respected and beloved Guru, a spiritual master within the ISKCON. So, as many of you know, many of you are here because you have heard that he is the disciple of his Divine Grace Srila Prabhupada. So, it is a wonderful opportunity, and he's taken his Guru Maharaj instruction, and in the last 40 years, he's been preaching around the globe in many places, right? From India, Europe, Damodar Desh, America, Canada, and various other places. That's been his main aim. He's been serving as spiritual master for the last 50 years. You should be very fortunate to hear from him. There's a lot more to talk about Maharaj here. We will do that in tomorrow's class. Right now, I'll pass it back to Maharaj because we are all eagerly waiting to hear from him. Please hear attentively. We have little time today, just 1 hour of his association. Thank you. Let's welcome him with a loud Hare Krishna mantra, please. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
So before we start, can I urge you to come closer? There is so much room here. So give me a little inspiration to talk to you. Far distance means less interested. The best students, they sit up front, and then others. So you're all best student of Bhagavad school. So today's subject matter given to me is worship, how to worship Supreme Personality of Godhead, Sri Sri Radha Krishna, in family life. That's a subject. So, Om Jnana Timirandasya Jnananjana Salakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Sri Guruve Namaha Sri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Ena Bhutale Swayam Rupkadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam. Hey Krishna Gopesh Gopika Kant Radha Kant Namastute Tapta Kanchan Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vishvanu Sute Devi Pranamami Haripriya Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhu Bevacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advait Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. So we are all family member of Lord Sri Krishna. Aham Sarvasya Prabhavo. He says, Krishna says, Janmadiyasya Ataha, etc. So we are all family members of Krishna. So naturally, the family head is being worshipped in culture. The demigods, incarnations, they are all part of a family of Krishna. So, first of all, we must worship Krishna. Yatha taro mula nisechanena trupyanti tadaskanda bhujopashakha pranopcharena yathendriyanam tathaiva sarvai anam achyutejya. Ijya, worship. Achyutejya, achyut ijya, worship. Just like pouring water into the root of a tree, the whole tree becomes satisfied. Trunks, branches, leaves, flowers, fruits, the whole tree automatically becomes satisfied. But if you sprinkle or pour water on different parts of a whole tree, the whole tree will not become satisfied. You have to put water into the root. Yatha taro mula nisechanena trupyanti tadaskanda bhuja upashakha. Similarly, pranopcharena yathendriyanam. If you put food, serve food to the stomach, the whole body will get satisfied. Pranopcharena yathendriyana. Tathaiva sarvair anam achyutejya. Achyut ijya, puja. If you worship Krishna, who is the root cause of everything, then automatically whole creation becomes satisfied. So, we have to understand the philosophy behind worshipping Krishna. Because Krishna is not all the time personally present with us. So, Krishna being the Supreme Personality of Godhead, all pervasive, all knowing, all cognizant, all conscious. If we worship his deity form, which is non-different than him, Sakti Sakti Mato Abhinna. Sakti and Sakti Man, they are non-different. You cannot say Sakti is before or after Sakti Man. They simultaneously at the same time exist. So Krishna being all pervasive and stone, metal, all non-different than himself. Stone, metal is material energy. So Krishna can spiritualize. So Arche Vishnu Silabhir Gurusu Naramati Vaishnava Jati Buddhi Sanarki Saha Archa Vigraha. those who understand that Archa Vigraha is stone metal, they have a hellish mentality. Arche Vishnu Silabhir. Archa Vigraha is merely Sila. Because Krishna, if he can appear as Narsingadev from Sila, from stone pillar, that means he was existing in pillar, all pervasive. And for many alvars and many devotees, he appeared through his deity. We have heard this. So, first thing in deity worship we have to understand is Krishna is non-different than his deity. When Guru Parampara request through different hymns, by request, they ask Krishna to incarnate himself into Archa Vigraha form. He lives, he hears, he fulfills the desire. Mentality is hellish. Sa naraki buddhi, naraki saha. Arche Vishnu Silabhir. Archa Vigraha, to consider Archa Vigraha to be a stone, Sila. Pashan, Patthar, Pittal. Arche Vishnu Silabhir, Gurushu Naramati. And Guru is ordinary human being, just like everybody else. He has a hellish mentality. Guru is as good as God. Sakshad Haritena. For a disciple, Guru is as good as God. Sakshad Haritena. Samasta Sastra. All scripture says this, and Sadabir, all sadhus says this, that Guru is Sakshad Hari. But Guru is confidential servitor of God. He doesn't think he is the God. Kintu Prabhurya Priya Tasya. He is a confidential servant of God. Arche Vishnu Silabhi Gurushu Naramati Vaishnava Jati Buddhi. That he is from South India, he is from North India, and he is from Japan, Germany. He is American, he is black, he is white, yellow, old, youth. Vaishnava is Vaishnava. Their jati is one, Vaishnava. There is no discrimination. There should be no discrimination. And that's why in ISKCON you will see Vaishnavas from every walks of life, every country, every tribe, every jati. So Vaishnava Jati Buddhi, a Narki Buddhi hai. This is Narki Buddhi, hellish mentality. So Archa Vigraha is directly Supreme Personality of Godhead when it is installed properly. And some deity gets installed eternally. Just like in river Narmada, जितने कंकड़ इतने संकर, जितने कंकड़ इतने संकर. In Narmada river, every stone is Lord Shiva. So Shivaling has to be from Narmada, river Narmada. And in Gandaki, in Nepal, every stone is Lord Vishnu, Narayan. It is automatically installed. Some stupid, unintelligent, so-called spiritualists, they make up all kind of slogans that Patthar Itla Puja Dev, they worship every stone to be God. They don't know the supreme science of Krishna consciousness. We have to take authorities of scriptures, sadhus and guru. So Shastra says that every stone in Gandaki is Narayan. So it is Narayan. So we have to understand the philosophy of deity worship. That Krishna, a deity is directly Krishna. A deity can reciprocate with you and has reciprocated in past with unlimited devotees. Ramanujacharya, Madhvacharya, or Madhvacharya, Krishna came all the way from Dwarika to Udupi. You know the story. And same thing as Sri Ranga ji. He came from spiritual world. He descended from spiritual world. So many deities like that. Jagannath deity. Jagannath deity is the incarnation of Krishna. It's Krishna himself. So these are few examples of deity being the Supreme Personality of Godhead who reciprocates with devotees. So first thing we have to fix is the deity is none other than Supreme Personality of Godhead, Sri Krishna. No difference between deity and Krishna. They are one and absolute. If Krishna can talk, then deity Sakshi Gopal can talk. And if Krishna can walk, then Sakshi Gopal can also walk. So deity is none other than Supreme Personality of Godhead. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, when he was in Varanasi, he was having meeting with 10,000 sannyasis who were disciples of Prakashanand Saraswati Thakur. So in that assembly he said that Archa Vigraha na mane, say to bado pasandi. Archa Vigraha na mane, say to bado pasandi. Haya Yama Dandi. I forgot that one word. अर्च विग्रह न माने से ही तो बड़ो पाषंडी अस्पृश्य अदृश्य haya ayama dandi. If somebody doesn't believe in Supreme Personality of Godhead, as a deity as a Supreme Personality of Godhead, non-different from Krishna, then he is called Pakhandi, Pasandi, pretender, duplicitous. He is cheating, Pakhandi, Pasandi, Asprashya. That person who doesn't believe in deity as Supreme Personality of Godhead is untouchable. If you touch him by mistake, you should purify yourself by taking bath in Godavari or whatever nearby river. Kaveri is near here. Kaveri. Purify. Asprashya, adrashya. And if you by mistake, if you have his audience, if you look at him, you become contaminated. You should purify yourself. Archa vigraha namane seito badu pashandi asprashya adrashya ayayama dandi, and that person will be beaten up by Yamraj. He will be beaten up. So Archa Vigraha Murti is none other than Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna. We have experienced that in Sakshi Gopal story in Chaitanya Charitamrita. And many deities, many. Jagannath reciprocating with that poor girl who was singing Jagannath has to come. No, sorry, Jagannath, what was that? Gita Govinda, right. So deity reciprocates. It is we who has to develop that relationship with deity. Bhav Grahi Janardhan. We have to develop that loving reciprocation, bhav with our deity. My dear Lord, what would you like to eat today? What can I cook for you today? Which color dress would you like? What kind of ornaments would you prefer today? We have to develop bhava and reciprocate with our deity. Then deity can reciprocate with us. We should talk to our deity. We should dream about our deity. We should become deity conscious, Krishna conscious. So, Bhava Grahi Janardhan, we have to develop relationship with Krishna, deity. We have to develop our relationship with deity. In whatever bhava you want to. I've seen some ladies having a relationship with Krishna, Balaram as her own children, and she sleeps with them, she feeds them, she raises them like her own child. And some, they consider Krishna as a small, young baby, Laddu Gopal, and then she gives toys, he or she, or to play, or Makhan, Misri, Bhav. We have to develop loving devotional service to the deity. Or one should talk to the deity. What would you like to eat today? Halwa, puri, pakoda, parota. What would you like? What color dress would you like today? We have to talk to the deity as if we talk to our relatives, father, mother, son, wife, husband. We have to develop relationship, bhav. We have to develop loving reciprocity. That bhava, prema. It should be not just worship. It should be not just devotional worship. It should be worship out of love and devotion. We should have a close, intimate relationship with the deity. In certain bhavas or certain ras, it can be vatsalya, it can be madhur, it can be servitorship, it can be friendly relationship with deity. We have to have some rasa going between us and deity. So then serving deity doesn't become burden. Otherwise, gale ghant, gale mein ghant, gale mein galagra. Prabhupada says that if you don't develop bhava and prema with the deity, then it will become burdensome. 6-time offering, cooking, cleaning, artis, it will become burdensome. But if we develop that bhava relationship, just like mother and a small young baby, she feeds, breastfeed baby, she cleans the baby, changes the diapers, and she doesn't feel burdensome because there is a love and reciprocation with the baby. If baby doesn't reciprocate, then mother will feel burdensome. But there is intense reciprocation between child and a mother. So if we have that kind of relationship with our deity, then it becomes more of a loving affairs, a blissful enjoying affairs with the deity than as a burden. So I have wrote a beautiful book on this subject matter. Very unique book. You have that book here, deity worship book, Ghar ke Thakur ji ki Seva Puja. That's a book. You have that book? Love, come, bring. One copy, or whatever. Bring now we bring. So, I'm not selling it from Vyasasana, but I'm just saying to make your life easy that there is beautiful book available. It's called घर के ठाकुर जी की सेवा पूजा. So your life becomes easy if you follow these steps given in this book. Very simple. The simplest, if you are working, husband and wife, and have no much time for deity worship, then you should begin with simple deity worship, with the picture of Panchatattva, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Nityananda, Advaita Acharya, Gadadhar Pandit, and Srivas Pandit. So we should try to keep our altar simple so that we can worship very easily. Simple. So picture is also deity. Ashtadhatu deity in that 11th canto describes Chitra Pratima is also deity worship. Painting. So in the beginning we should keep very simple altar. Panchatattva picture on the altar. And then Guru Parampara. So our life becomes easy. And when we develop a little more attraction towards deity worship, then we can get Gaur Nitai deity. Start with Gaur Nitai. Because Gaur Nitai deities, they doesn't demand so much and they forgive 85% of our offenses. So, Gaur Nitai deity is most merciful. At the same time, it is Radha Krishna. Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Radha Krishna. Yeah? Very good. Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Radha. Very good. Only few knows. So Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is Krishna himself, Radha Krishna himself. So we can, but Lord Chaitanya and his Murti, deity, is very magnanimous and udar and not taking so much offenses of deity worship offenses. There are 64 different offenses we may commit against deity worship. So Lord Chaitanya forgives and forgets easy. Udar avatar. Udar. Namo Mahavadanyaya. Vadanyaya avatar. So Gaur Nitai deity. Simple. And we can keep deity worship simple also. Morning, evening, worshipping. Sri Krishna Chaitanya worshipped through Sankirtan Yajna. Yajna is Sankirtan prior. Yajanti. Yajanti, worship. Sumedasha, Buddhiman. One who is most intelligent. That person will worship Lord Chaitanya in the age of Kali. Sumedasha. Krishna Varnam, Trisha Krishna, Sango Pangasta Parsadam. Yajna Sankirtan Praya. Yajanti Sumedasha. Sumedha. Medha means Buddhiman. And Sumedha means Kushagra Buddhi. sharp buddhi. That person will worship Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in the age of Kali Yuga mainly through Sankirtan Yajna. Made simple. No bathing, no dressing, no nothing, no wake them to bed, put them to bed, wake them up, nothing. Yajna Sankirtan prior, yajati, worship, yajanti, sumedasha. A buddhima, kushagra buddhi, sharp intelligent person will worship Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in the age of Kali Yuga mainly through Sankirtan Yajna. So this is intelligence. So you can start with Panchatattva picture. And if you advance a little, then go Nitai Diti. And then if you advance a little, then Gaur Gandharvika Giridhari. Gaur Radha Krishna. So our medium temple. In medium temples there are only Gaur Radha Krishna deity. So we can worship Gaur Radha Krishna. And if you want to worship more than that deity worship, then Gaur Nitai and Radha Krishna, then Vishnu, any Vishnu Tattva, Lakshmi Narayan, Balaji, Rangnath Ji, Lakshmi Narsimha, Sitaram Lakshman Hanuman, any Vishnu Murti. Then it's a full altar. And at that stage, you are really involved as a pujari. 6 time offerings and 6 time artis and total dedication. If you have a big, huge family of 50, 100 people, joint family, then you can introduce this kind of worship. Have a separate temple room, and every person in the family, they worship. They have their turn. Somebody do Mangala, somebody do evening, Arti, sun, 12 o'clock, according to their schedule. So we can, once we install them, we cannot neglect them. We should worship. We should increase our worship. The worship should not decrease. So, step by step, I have introduced that here. The picture form, then Gaur Nitai, then Gaur Radha Krishna, Gaur Radha Krishna, then 3 altars, and procedure, how you can worship them, and different story, how you can prepare yourself to worship, rules and regulations to be followed. And nowadays, the deity Sringar, the clothing, they are very, very expensive in Vrindavan. Every day, the price is going hike. So I have given a beautiful chapter, how you can make your dresses for your deity at home. So there are nice, beautiful pictures of different dresses, how you can sew them. You can sew them at home, make them at home. do. Very easy. It looks complicated in picture or reading, but we should try to make our own clothing for the deity at home. And it is 100 times, maybe not 100 times, maybe 1,000 times cheaper to make nice, beautiful dresses of deity at home. So we have to engage in his service. All family members can take different turns. Children and working members of the family, housewives, working mothers, and sometimes they keep pujaris at home. They appoint some brahmanas to worship their family deities. Many procedures. There is no stereotype. But ingredient is that we have to develop close relationship with our deity. And for that reason, every single member of the family should worship deity. Then it becomes handy-dandy. It becomes not gale gant, galagra, but it becomes loving reciprocation, exchanges with the deity. So there are many things in this book about deity worship, very practical suggestions. So I'll stop here. There are about close to 100 question answers in the back, which are very beautiful to get rid of our misunderstandings. Nice question answers. So I'll stop here. Anybody has any question at all? Any question?
Hare Krishna, we had 100 questions in the book. Does anyone have a live question here?
Yeah.
On deity worship.
Yes.
Hare Krishna Maharaj. Maharaj, you said we should talk to our deities. Like, what do you want to wear? What do you want to do? How do we get to know what they want to eat?
He will tell you. He will tell you.
Maharaj, my second question is...
Without any, he will reciprocate. Krishna reciprocates. You have seen Sakshi Gopal deity. He reciprocated with Pujari. No? And Jagannath deity also reciprocates. He tells through dreams, sometimes he talks, sometimes he tells through other devotees, like that.
Maharaj, my second question is for youths. Why is, how can spirituality or devotion to Krishna help youth? And why should you take devotion with life?
Youth, mostly youth is misguided by the universities and schools, and the aim of university and schools it is to make student a nokar, a servant. Go and become servant. Very few businessmen. They all work for somebody. They can be smaller servant or bigger servant. They can be stupid servant or most intelligent servant. But they are still servant. So universities and schools making, production, Sudra class. So, Brahmana is the topmost head of the Varnashram system. So, Brahmans means educated in scriptures. So, the students should be taking education from ISKCON, how they should lead their life without anxiety. Every student is trained to take stress and work overtime and deadlines and stupid life. It's totally haywire life, which is not very blissful. So they should take spiritual education. Material education plus spiritual education is equal to bliss. And material education minus spiritual education is equal to distress. Ishopanishad. So, we should take, if at all you got caught up in modern way of life and modern university schools, then also you should take some education from ISKCON, Gita and Bhagavad, spiritual education. Then somehow or another you can balance. Otherwise it brings suffering, nothing but suffering. So much tension, depression. More children becomes depressed nowadays than our time. Our time, old time, 70, 80, 90, 100 years ago, simple education, gurukulas, and even the government schools also had religious education. Now they are educating people, students, to become Sudras, work like donkey. And they all work like donkey because they want illicit sex and sense gratification. So for that they have to work like donkey. But simple living and high thinking, you don't have to work like donkey. Etc. Any other question? Yes. How?
I saw in some beauty school that.
No, that speaker, you hold like this, like this, and towards that, where to right.
I saw in some beauty school like small deities of baby Krishna having a hand like this. Maybe it's called Laddu Gopal. So that is a bona fide or
That is what?
bona fide or not? We can.
What?
Bona fide. Is it bona fide?
Laddu Gopal bona fide.
Is bona fide. Yes, it is bona fide. Any deity form of Lord Sri Krishna is bona fide.
Okay. So if you want to worship that, what kind of worship is compulsory for that deity?
Well, you treat him as Laddu Gopal. He wants Laddu. So offer him Laddu every day. Makhan Misri he wants. So offer him every day like that. He will reciprocate with you. Like a child. That's Vallabhacharya's introduction. Our introduction is Gaur Radha Krishna. Yeah, our introduction is Gaur Nitai. Any other question?
Like I heard some from family members that the deity is very small, then it's okay that you not worship so regularly. But if it is bigger, if it is very big, then we have to worship very strictly.
You can worship any size deity, small or big. You can worship. It's not. the size of the deity does not limit or differ in deity worship. You can worship the same way as you worship bigger deity. Yes. Any other question? In the back, yes.
So, Maharaj was saying we should all try and develop some kind of bhav for the deities.
Yes.
But for young people, they might not be able to have personal deities. So, how can we, in the limited service that we can offer at the temple deities, how can we develop a bhav for them?
Just ask your superior how you can serve the deity. And if you serve the deity, then you will develop love for the deity. If you serve dog, dog will love you. If you serve God, deity will love you. So that loving reciprocation will take place. But we should serve under the guidance of our superior, immediate superior, and then Guru superior, like that. We should serve in that respect. Any other question? Yes?
Hare Krishna Maharaj.
Yes.
To worship deities at home, so do we need initiation?
Yes. Adiksitasya vameru krutam sarvam nirarthakam pasuyoni apnoti diksha vihina jana. Krishna does not accept our worship unless we are initiated. Adiksitasya vameru krutam. Vameru means Parvati. Lord Shiva is talking to Parvati that adiksitasya vameru krutam sarvam nirarthakam. Whatever they do, it is all nirarthak. It is useless. And if they are not initiated, they take up the Pashu Yoni. They degrade themselves from Manusya Yoni, they go to Pashu Yoni. Ado gachanti tamasha. Adiksitasya vameru krutam sarvam nirarthakam Pashu Yoni apnoti adikshita jana diksha vihina jana. The diksha is very necessary for worshipping deity. Because that way you are connected in parampara to Krishna. That way you become family member of Krishna. Any other question?
Hare Krishna, any more questions? Okay. We are fortunate that Maharaj will continue his association for our benefit. So tomorrow, 11:30 is the class, the Bhagavatam class. We will hear more about the deity worship as well. So Maharaj will leave it to you. We can probably talk about that. But let's thank Maharaj for the wonderful session, inspiring each of us to take on deity service, take on deities at home or the photos, start serving the Supreme Lord. So let's all thank him by once chanting the Hare Krishna mantra loudly. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare.
One thing I forgot, he reminded me, is Srila Prabhupada wanted that whoever is living 15-kilometer radius to ISKCON temple, they must worship deity in the temple. At home, keep a picture form, offer incense and prasad, and that's it. Don't increase your elaborate deity worship at home if you are 15 kilometers away from a temple. If you are within that radius, you must come here and cook for Lord, dress Lord, arti, garland, dresses, so many services. The whole temple is meant for deity worship. So come here and worship the deities in the temple. That's what Prabhupada wanted, and we must follow that very strictly. Sorry. Thank you very
Thank you
much.
so much. Thank you so much, Maharaj.
Yeah.
Yes, in Bangalore, 15 kilometers means a lot, but we would request everyone to come. There's so much to do for Jagannath here. So if you are interested in any service, Mataji is interested in dressing, deity, or cooking for the deities, garland seva, please contact the Matajis here. Come on Sunday, register yourself. Prabhuji, anyone who is interested in DTF, Tirtha Chaitanya Prabhu is the head of the DT department. So please come over, take on the services. Thank you so much for inspiring all of us, Maharaj. I would like to continue a lot more, but Maharaj has other service. He has written 23 books. Okay, I think a loud Haribol should be there. 23 books is enough. Thank you so much. So the books are available there at the counter. You can go check out the details if you are interested. Sorry. Yeah, if you are interested, you can ask for the content and look at the book, and please do purchase those books that are available. You give the most of them I've heard is pretty practical application of how you should lead your life in Krishna consciousness. So please do have a look at those books. Thank you so much, Maharaj.
Yeah.
Hare Krishna, Maharaj. Sometimes we don't chant properly. When we see times, when we don't chant properly, that time also Krishna takes that into consideration. It's like what he'll also take into account. Means like
Don't
the
worry.
pronunciation will not be that clear.
I would not worry about chanting properly or not properly. Just chant. That's a motto. Just chant. Everything will come from that. Concentration, love, reciprocation with Lord in loving services. Everything will come. But we must chant. Because I am not chanting attentively, properly, so I should not do that. That's not good. We must chant 16 rounds, that is prescribed. And everything will come from that. Concentration, love, reciprocation, and everything will come from chanting. We will. Chanting means you are serving, and serving means the person whom you are serving has to love you. If you serve dog has to love you. If you serve child has to love you. If you serve holy name, chanting, the holy name will love you. So chant, that's the idea. Then offenses, 10 offenses and everything will come later on. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. Jagannath Baldev Subhadra Devi ki, Sri Radha Krishna Chandra ji ki, आप सब वैष्णव भक्त वृंद की, श्रील प्रभुपाद की, God Premanandi.
Please don't forget to see the books, and also Prashadam is arranged for all of us, so you can go to the ground floor. The Prashadam.
So this is Bangalore main temple in Seshadripuram. And the date is 4th of March.